What's going on, guys? Thanks for patiently waiting. My co-host is finally here. What's going on, man?
What up? What up? What up, YouTube? What up? Happy to be talking with you, Andrew. What's going on, my brother?
Not much, man. Not much. It's Thursday night, so we got to represent the DSA and hold it down. Looking forward to talking about some Lions, and kind of catching everyone up on what's been going on and just kind of discussing, all these signings, releasings, and so on and so forth. Just start off, thank you guys for showing up. Obviously, I see you guys been blowing up the chat, just kind of discussing some of the draft stuff, some of the players and things. And I wanted to start, the session off by kind of going through a couple of those things, seeing what you think. So some of the news that recently hit is that we signed Rashod Perriman for like a 3-year deal. What do you think about that, Real?
Yeah. First, I want to say what's up to everybody in the chat. First I want to say, so what's up, Ghost Gunner? What's up, One Pride 40? What's up, Joey 2 times? Omar Pay Show. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Angelo, Stevo. I think that's everybody. Oh, Tactile Puma. What's going on, my brother? Everybody. I think everybody's here, man. Happy to be on, man, to talk. I think that's everybody. Don Burr, Funky, what's going on, everybody? Dolo, DMAP, everybody's here. Damn, I'm happy to have all you guys.
Hey, they were waiting for you, baby.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry to keep you guys waiting, man. But hey, Rashod Perriman, hey, he's a speedster. I like it. He's cheap. Look, me and you have had a different mindset than a lot of the other DSA members and honestly a lot of other Lions fans, because many fans want us to go out and get a Gallaudet replacement or just a bona fide star wide receiver. And like me and you have not been on that train. So to see them go out and get, Tyrell Williams and Rashod Perriman, and, they have Tom Kennedy on their roster, that hasn't had a shot yet. I like it. I like going cheap at receiver. I really like that. Especially in this time where it's like a retool, rebuild, I really like that. And it seems like they're doing what we said that they should do, which is focus on the trenches. And I'm sure we'll get into the, Brockers deal and all that, and the trade and everything like that. But I like the way that they're trending. And to me, that is towards cheaper skill positions and really beef up those trenches with your money. So I like the Rashod Perriman addition. What about you, man?
Yeah, so I've been saying, I would have loved to get someone like John Ross, right? Because we need someone that can take the top off, and we literally got rid of every single one of our starting wide receivers. Obviously Cephas is back, but he has a lot that he needs to fix before he can be a starting caliber receiver. So we didn't get John Ross, but we got Rashod Perriman, and honestly, the kid has a lot of potential. I know he wasn't the greatest for Baltimore. He wasn't the greatest for Tampa, and he wasn't the greatest for the Jets. But what he did show is he showed flashes in all of those. He's averaging like 15, 16, 17 yards a catch. That's really good. And so as long as we can put the ball in his hands and he can complete that process, right, that catch rule, I expect him to be able to add a lot of value to our team, especially because, we lost Gallaudet, we lost Marvin Jones, and we lost Marvin Hall, right? So we need someone to open up the field, right? I fully expect us kind of to utilize our offensive line and our running game and have the passing game be more of like a supplemental factor. And so to have someone that can keep the defense honest is going to be awesome. And it was only $3 million. So if it doesn't work out, just remember this man is cheaper than what we paid Danny freaking Amendola. So I'm pretty happy about it, right? You get someone that has talent, that has potential, and is very cheap. We haven't been able to do that in the past. So it's a very exciting signing, although it was for, someone that isn't a starting caliber player, right? We're not going out there and signing like A-Rob or Corey Davis, Curtis Samuel, one of those guys. But we need wide receivers, and we're kind of tight on cap because of Quinn Trisha. So I thought it was an awesome signing.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. I 100% agree with you. And Steve-O brings up, a point that I think we're all thinking. He's saying TJ can be the number one receiving option. That is absolutely true. We have an incredible tight end. Like, let's use him. Let's use him. We know Jared Goff likes using his tight ends. Why not? And like, look at what I mean. Look, I mean, some of the best teams out there, they don't pay these wide receivers big money because they come every single draft. There's like multiple stud wide receivers that blow up the next season. And you saw it this year with several of them. You see them every single year. I don't have to name them, but you know the people I'm talking about. DK, all the people that who I'm talking about. Every single year, there's rookies that kill it, and we can be like that. Why do we have to pay big money for these skill positions when we don't have the other holes of our roster filled out yet? So yeah, I think we could use the core that we have. TJ, we have Hockenson, we have Ragnow on offense. That's our core. And if you fill in those skill positions with some cheaper options that can still do what you need them to do, like Perriman being a deep, take the top off the defense with his speed, that's exactly what you could use him for. And it keeps the safeties back and allows TJ to roam around in the middle of the field. I think that's exactly what we need. And then Tyrell Williams on the outside, he can be like what Marvin Jones was doing. And again, like with Perriman, he brings something to the table that we haven't had in a while. You could say we did with Marvin Hall, but really, like, Marvin Hall would get open because of all of the weapons we had on the field. Mm-hmm. And, the defense would kind of lose track of him. Perriman, yes, like that could happen with Perriman again. But really, if you just have him on a go route, majority of his plays, it has to keep the safeties back because they know that that's a threat every single down. So I like that a lot. It's going to open up the field. It's going to make defenses not stack the box. And it's something that we've been missing for a long time in Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you, man. A lot of the wide receivers we've had recently have been contestant catch guys, and like that's awesome in certain situations. But the important thing is trying to get that separation, so that your quarterback doesn't have to do it all. And we don't have Stafford anymore. So we're not going to have as accurate of a throws. I know everyone has their opinion on Goff. I personally don't think he's as accurate as Stafford. It is what it is. A lot of you guys are mentioning a lot of good name wide receivers in the draft, man. Elijah Moore, Amari Rodgers, a lot of these guys you guys are mentioning, I would love to get. I don't mind investing a pick at wide receiver after the first 2 rounds. I'm all for getting a wide receiver in the third or something because the draft is deep, and to add a young, talented stud would be fantastic. I mean, as you touched on it, there's wide receivers every single draft. There's like 6, 7, 8 wide receivers that are studs every year. I mean, last year was ridiculous. Every wide receiver taken basically in the first 2 rounds had showed tremendous potential, or they balled out. And so for me, I'm seeing what we're doing, and I like it. You got Tyrell Williams, you got Rashod Perriman. Those guys have the potential, and we got them for cheap. Tyrell Williams literally signed with the Raiders for the intention of being their number 1 receiver, and just didn't pan out because of injuries and stuff. So if he stays healthy, that's a lot of value. If Rashod Perriman can freaking catch the ball, that is a lot of value. And I love the fact that you touch basis on, we have TJ Hockenson. People tend to forget we invested the freaking 8th overall pick on a tight end. We invested a lot in our O-line, and we invested a 2nd round pick in DeAndre Swift. So for us to not make them the primary factor of the offense would be asinine. We don't have a Gallaudet right now. We don't have a Golden Tate. We don't have a Calvin Johnson. So what do? You utilize that tight end and that running game. You look at teams like San Francisco, the Eagles, for many years, these guys are using their tight ends in their running game, and they have had success, So I don't think we have to have elite receivers, So I'm in love with it. I like what they're doing.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I 100%. And like you said, 3rd round or later, like Gallaudet was the 3rd round pick, ended up being a stud. We don't have to draft another Gallaudet. That's kind of unrealistic to assume that we're going to draft another Gallaudet in the 3rd round. But you can draft somebody, maybe Cephas steps up this year, right? Like he had some drops last year, but for the most part, I mean, besides the couple drops that he had, he played decently well. So, is it out of the realm of possibility that he's going to take a step forward and be, starting quality wide receiver? No, that can easily be a possibility, especially given, the praise that Okudah gave him coming out of the draft and, the hype around him coming into last year. So, we can easily draft somebody in the later rounds, or Cephas can step up, or again, Tom Kennedy. I really want to see this guy play. I understand that a lot of fans get irritated by other Lions fans hyping up these practice squad wide receivers. I remember Brandon Powell. There was a lot of Lions fans that were irritated that other Lions fans were hype about Brandon Powell. But it's I never understood that, because in preseason, he would ball out. And it's why not give him a chance? Instead, you're going and paying big money for other receivers when you're not even giving him a chance in a real game. So I don't understand why we don't give Tom Kennedy a real chance when he is so hyped. I don't know. He came in, wasn't he a lacrosse player or something? He was something like
yeah.
I think he was a professional lacrosse player, and he came into the NFL. He's unbelievably athletic. Why not give him a chance? Give him that Danny Amendola role, and maybe he can get some crucial first downs, or maybe just in general, he could be a solid slot receiver. You never know until you give somebody a chance. And from all of the reports that I hear about him, and this was from last year and the year before, I hear all this hype around this guy. Yeah, I've never seen him play. I just want to see him play, to be honest with you. And if that means not signing a stud receiver to see Tom Kennedy be our third best receiver so that he could play, hey, so be it. We're retooling anyway. Who cares, right?
Right. And you know what? Everyone's mentioning, draft prospects and stuff, and there is a lot of wide receiver talent this draft. You could get Tylan Wallace in the third. There's players like Tutu Atwell that go fourth round. There is some studs that are going to be in the later rounds. We found a lot of studs in the later rounds, and we have Brett Holmes. I mean, the guy has been able to, scout a lot of the Rams players that were nowhere on the radar, but yet they turned into great starting caliber players, so I don't really think that we need to go out and pay someone. And if you look at the wide receiver market is really, cold right now. I mean, nothing's really happening besides a couple signings. The top tier guys like Gallaudet and stuff, they're not really getting much attention because no one wants to go and invest that much money in a wide receiver. And this actually brings us into, that next topic. And it's just, given the fact that Gallaudet turned down that $18-20 million, contract that we offered him, what do you think about it now in hindsight that he hasn't really gotten offers? I mean, I heard he got one offer from the Bengals, but I mean, he's still, doing workouts with other teams.
I don't know, man. I mean, we just got to wait and see on that one, to be honest with you. He's going to get his money. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about Gallaudet getting his money. He's going to get it from somewhere. I bet New York is going to pay it or something. So, because, he has, it's been rumored that he's going to be going there to interview or something like that. So I'm sure they're going to try him out and see if he passes their physical or whatever. Because again, he missed double-digit games last season. So it's understandable that many teams are have cold feet for Gallaudet. It's completely understandable. He missed a ton of time last season. So why wouldn't you be skeptical before giving somebody, $18 million a year? So it's completely understandable that the market's cold on him right now, but make no mistake, he will be signed and he will make that money unless he is, significantly injured. So I'm not worried about that. And again, I look, I don't know what Bob Quinn offered Gallaudet, but at the end of the day, that regime is over, and now it's a new regime, and I don't really think that they offered him anything, this new regime. So, I mean, to be honest with you, I have nothing to say about the contract that he might have rejected from us, because to be honest with you, if Stafford was gone, I would have rejected any contract that the Lions, offered me if I was Gallaudet.
Right.
What do you think about that?
So, I mean, I was all for trading Gallaudet last year, because I realized where we were at with the team. I realized what we were, really dealing with. And I fully expected, Patricia to be fired and, Bob Quinn maybe would have been retained just because he has had, some okay signings, whatever. And, we usually settle for mediocrity. But at the end of the day, I wanted to trade Gallaudet last year to get the most out of him because I knew that as you look at our team, our defense ranked dead last in the league, and we had so much money invested into the defense, and it just wasn't working. So how do you fix that? You kind of you get rid of some of your assets, right? So you can invest them into it. So you get rid of Gallaudet, you get some picks back, or even a trade a player or something. So I didn't want to because we also were going to be paying him probably $80 million, and I was like, man, this is just. It's a bad situation all the way around, and like you said before, there's wide receivers in every single draft. We have no problem drafting receivers apparently and getting receivers. So I'm not really worried of that aspect. And I think it's funny that he wanted all this money and now no one's willing to pay him.
See, like, I don't know. I feel like that's a misrepresentation. That's not true yet. It's not true that nobody wants to pay him yet. We'll see. We'll see, but
I know the big
right
problem,
now it's just way too early to say that.
Right. Well, the big problem I'm seeing is that, dude, teams are cutting their star players because the cap, is lower, and people don't have the money to go out and pay that much for a freaking receiver. So like, we'll talk about this later, but like the Bears are getting rid of a lot of players because they can't afford them. A lot of teams are doing that. So to go and spend 80 million, 100 million on a wide receiver when you could keep someone like an offensive lineman or a defensive player, like it's a recipe for disaster.
Look, Andrew, me and you are on the same page when it comes to paying a wide receiver, but it's not the same when you are a team that's like a player away. You know what I mean? It's not the same because like you're not, you can give up your future possibly, but if you're a player away, it doesn't look. I mean, just literally, we are the team to look at what the Rams just gave us for a 30. How old is Stafford? I don't even remember at this point.
I think he's like 32.
32. Okay, I was about to say 34. I was about to give him 2 extra years, but yeah. All right, 32. They paid for a 32-year-old quarterback with spine injuries. Like they paid that much to get him because they're a player away. They believe so. That's what I'm saying. Like. If I'm a player away and I believe I have the quarterback there, I just need a receiver or I need a weapon to really supplement that quarterback. Maybe the Packers. What the hell are they doing? They have Devontae Adams, but if they added a Gallaudet across from Devontae Adams with Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones, like, come on. You know what I mean? You're telling me they're not the Super Bowl favorites? I don't know. You know what I mean? Or, I don't know,
Right.
So, is it out of the, like, what I'm trying to say is, it seems irrational for a team like the Lions that's building to spend an exorbitant amount of money on a wide receiver in a skill position because they have so many other holes to fill. But a team like Tampa Bay, maybe not them, but like, a team that has it all together but just needs one more piece or one more offensive weapon. I could 100% see them go after Gallaudet and pay him that big money, even though the salary cap's lower.
So I feel you in the sense of like, you're one player away, go get that. I 100% agree with that. But I have never in my life seen a Super Bowl caliber team go out and drop hella money on a wide receiver to put them over the top. I've never seen it. It might be like a starting left tackle or
what happened when Randy Moss went to
the Patriots.
Yeah, like
I don't know. Did he get a big contract? Because I don't.
He must have. He's Randy effing Moss, right? Like,
dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if he did. Honestly, that's a very good question. One of the people in the chat can look that up. But
our age is showing. Our age is showing by that.
It's been like 15 years. I think that was like 2007. I mean, shit. If you can remember his exact contract, good for you. Like, you got a good memory, man.
Yeah. PD probably remembers, man. That guy is like a vault of memories.
I love that, man.
I
know. So you know what? This actually brings us up in the next topic, dude. And so it's what's going on with a lot of these teams, right? And I like to talk about the NFC North because you don't get to playoffs without getting through the North, right? And so Kyle Fuller just got released, and now the Bears are also talking about releasing Akeem Hicks, who are two of like their top 5 best players on their entire team. So what do you think about that?
Look, man, I don't know what the fuck the Bears are doing, to be honest with you. Like, I'm dead serious. I don't know what they're doing because they got Andy Dalton, and they're acting like they're gonna make big moves. Like they tried to get Russell Wilson, and like I just don't know. I don't know if they're trying to clear space to make another big move. Honestly, that feels like what they're doing because Nagy, he's got to be on the hot seat at this point now that Trubisky's gone. And, you brought in Andy Dalton, and that's nice and everything, but, like, you wanted to you're shooting for Russell Wilson, and you ended up with Andy Dalton. Like, that can't feel nice. You know what I mean? And especially if you're on the hot seat, like, if you were a coach, why would you be dumping players if you're on the hot seat unless you're planning on making a big move? So, to me, it just seems like they're going to make a big move. Unless, but again, I mean, I'm not educated on the Bears cap. Maybe they're just way over the cap and they need to make these moves to be under the cap. So I would honestly need to do more research, but just off the surface level, I'm thinking they're going to make a big move because Nagy's on the hot seat and he's like, look, we got to win now so I can keep my damn job. And, he got rid of Trubisky. He brought in, Andy Dalton. But, moves needs to be made. You can't just swap out Trubisky for Andy Dalton and drop Akeem Hicks and act like everything's okay because it's not. So I don't know what their plan is, but they're probably going to make some more moves.
Right. So I got to shout out Tactile Puma. This kind of made me chuckle, man. So if they have to cut Fuller and Hicks for Dalton's contract, Ryan pays for GM of the year. Like, I get so much pleasure for the NFC North teams doing stupid shit. So like seeing the Bears cut their number 1 cornerback and potentially, their start, nose tackle is just freaking baffling to me because when Akeem Hicks is out, that defense is not nearly as good. I mean, and it showed last year.
Well, how serious is that rumor though? Like, so I don't believe it until I see it.
So I've been seeing it all over that he wants a trade. He wants to get out of here.
Oh, he wants a trade.
Yeah,
that's different then.
Well, I mean, same shit. They're losing him. And my sense of like, yo, who are you playing? Like, if he's not playing, I'm happy. And like, man, like that defense has been holding it down, and like it's getting blown up, and they're really, really heading in the wrong direction. Your offensive line is not good. You just signed Andy freaking Dalton to be your starting quarterback after just getting Nick Foles the year before. And then you got rid of Trubisky, and like you're drafting tight ends and shit. Like, dude, I don't know what's going on with the Bears franchise right now, but in all seriousness, I need to apply to be the freaking GM because I could be better. I could intentionally try and ruin their franchise and do a worse job than they are actively doing.
Okay, so like that rumor came out, or not a rumor, but a report came out this week that they were in the hunt for Russell Wilson and they offered like 3 first-round picks, like a crazy amount. Do you think that they're in the running to get Deshaun Watson right now still, or no, you think that's over because Dalton is there?
I feel like if they had a shot with Watson, it would have been in the news just like Russ, dude. But like Seattle turned down multiple first-round picks, starting caliber players, which they probably were going to give them Fuller and Hicks, and all this, So what that tells me is they don't have a shot to get Watson, especially with all the drama that's going on. With all the sexual allegations and things against them, I don't think they're even going to try, and then you don't bring in a quote unquote backup quarterback for $10 million. They fully plan to have this man start and be a bridge quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't know.
I've seen them do crazier shit.
Yeah.
Right?
I just wouldn't be surprised if they kept making a play and ended up with Watson, because Watson seriously seems like he does not want to be in Houston. And I mean, like, who are the suitors that are really going to dish out that much? It's the Bears. Like, the Bears are trying to be LA because they gave up so much for Mac. They gave up so much for Trubisky. Literally same thing that the Rams were doing. And it really hasn't paid off. I mean, at least the Rams, went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
The Bears, they really didn't pay off. So, like, I could totally see them giving up the house, the land, the farm, whatever you want to say, for Deshaun Watson or something like that.
I'll tell you what, though, the problem that I see with like Houston accepting or Seattle accepting is that the Bears have a very dominant defense, right? I know they just got rid of Fuller and whatever, but before the whole Fuller Hicks thing, if Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson would have gone to the Bears, they are guaranteed 10 wins. Like, absolutely guaranteed at least 10 wins. And so those first-round picks are trash. They're 20 plus, right? You're not getting even remotely near 15. You're not getting a top 10 pick or anything good. You're trading your star franchise quarterback for late first-round picks that are basically second-round picks, you know? And either one of those guys on the Bears team with Allen Robinson, David Montgomery, that whole defense, that's a Super Bowl caliber team instantly, because the Bears were only missing, you know, a couple of pieces on the O-line, but primarily a quarterback.
They're missing a quarterback. Yeah.
You know, and so like these teams are like, nah, bro, I don't want your shit first round pick. You know, it's not like Jacksonville's giving them 3 first, or, you know, the Jets are giving them 3 first. It's the Bears. So I get where they're coming from. But also, you know, like people are saying, man, all those allegations against Watson, like they're popping up left and right too. So I don't think the Bears are getting a single quarterback right now outside of, you know, the star Andy Dalton.
The red rifle, baby. Hey, honestly, I like Andy Dalton. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so hey, you know, we talked about the Lions. Look, I'm just gonna say this about the Rams because our boy Stafford's over there. You know, because we're kind of a Rams channel as well now, low key. But anyway, I really wanted AJ Green to go to the Rams, bro. I really wanted AJ Green to go to the Rams, man, and reunite with Matt Stafford, man. That would have been so hype. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. All right. You can continue with the Lions talk.
So a lot of people, you know, they're talking about Akeem Hicks, you know, would we be able to get him, things like that. And CJ said, you know, what if the Bucs picked up Hicks? Bro, if the Bucs pick up Hicks, you already know the Bucs are going to win the fucking Super Bowl again. You know, like if that's the case, you know, like I can't with players constantly going to Brady and taking team-friendly deals, you know. Drives me absolutely bonkers. But as far as Hicks goes, I would absolutely love if we somehow could bring Hicks in. I mean, I would be very confident with that D-line at that point. Trey Flowers, Akeem Hicks, Michael Brockers. You have Pennicini that can learn under both those guys. Romeo, Julian Okawara. Dude.
Bro, that would be godly. That would be awesome.
That is a nice D-line. And that's why, like, I would love to trade back in the draft and get, like, a Barrymore or someone, you know, to fill in that one more inside D-line then would be fantastic.
Wait, are we confirmed to be a 4-3 now?
No. But
so I don't even know what you're talking about then.
So the reason why I feel like we'd be a 4-3 is because we don't have linebackers.
Oh, so you think we're gonna be a 4-3? We're just not confirmed yet.
Yeah, you know, but okay. Dude, if you think about it, we have what, 2 linebackers on the freaking team.
But right? That doesn't matter. What are the Saints? What were the Saints? Are they 3-4 or 4-3? That's what really matters. Let me look that up real quick.
I don't know. That's a good question. Honestly, the thing is that yeah, there's not really teams anymore that are strictly 4-3, 3-4. You know, they bounce it around, whatever. Our team is more geared to be a 4-3 team, right? We have better linemen than we do linebackers. And to run a 3-4 defense, you have to have very good linebackers. We only have 3 on the damn team, you know?
Okay, I don't know when this was written, but this article claims that the Saints are a 3-4.
Yeah, I mean, they're a little bit better suited. They have better linebackers. Anyways, I mean, regardless of that, you bring in Akeem Hicks, that adds tremendous value to that team, you know, that defense.
Yeah.
So, you know, actually, I want to bring up, you know, the next topic is Charles Harris. Do you know who that is?
Yeah. We got him, the defensive end, right?
Yeah. So, you know, he got drafted in the first round a couple years back. Hasn't really done crap. You know, we get him from Atlanta. Just wanted to think about your thoughts. You know, what do you think about that?
Dude, I'm always about doing this. I honestly love when the Lions do this. I loved when they did it with Rashawn Melvin. I loved when they did it with Greg Robinson. You know, some fans don't like it. They're like, oh, you know, it didn't work out. Clearly didn't live up to his draft hype. And why are we going after him after their team dropped him? Well, like, dude, look, when you, I don't know, when you are drafted that highly, there's something that those like that all those analysts and all those GMs saw in you, and I don't know, if it's injury prone and that's the problem, then I understand it. But if it's not, and they just simply didn't live up to their hype, then it could have been a coaching problem, and they could easily turn into the hyped player that they were touted to be coming out of college in their second team under their second coach. You never know. And, Rashawn Melvin, honestly, I liked him here. He just got another deal with Carolina, and he's a solid backup cornerback, or like a second string cornerback. I liked him coming here. I liked Greg Robinson as well. All these guys that are like really high first round picks, and then they, clearly don't live up to the hype. I love taking a chance on them. I never see that as a downside, because it's like you have this high upside and a low floor and a low risk, because you paid them almost nothing. I don't see a problem with this at all. It's probably going to be a cheap deal, and it's probably going to be like incentive based. So I don't see an issue at all. I love it. What about you?
So I love the very end of what you're saying, incentive based, cheap deal. Dude, a lot of people we're bringing in are incentive-based contracts. It's a cheap deal, voidable years, and I'm just like, damn, where has this been? It's like you learn something new. It's like you can actually do that. You can do incentive-based contracts, because we never did that. It was always upfront money, guaranteed, long contracts, no voidable years, like none of that crap. And so for me, I like the Charles Harris thing, because even if he doesn't pan out, that is a super cheap guy that came out of college, that showed that he was a top defender. Like, you don't just get to that point and not have potential. If the potential is there and it just doesn't pan out, that's fine. He's gone. He might not even make the starting roster. I mean, the 54-man roster, 5, what is it at now? 5?
I think 55, yeah.
Yeah, he's not even going to make the roster. Like, it's not a big deal. You literally have nothing to lose by bringing this man into camp and seeing how he does. And so I like that. We brought in, who's that lineman we brought in last year from San Francisco? It was the guard. Anyways, we brought him in. I think it was like Garnett. We brought him in. It didn't pan out. It is what it is. He was a first-round guy. Bringing in first-round talent a couple years after they're drafted, to me, is not a bad deal. Rashod Perriman, same thing, right? It didn't pan out for these other teams. Guy was a first-round talent running in the 4.2s. And you're paying him virtually nothing. So, I mean, I'm fine with it. Dude, next topic, man. So late last night.
Wait. Before we get into that, do you want to? There's 27 people in the chat. Do you want to bring up our sponsor real quick, or I can do it real quick?
I didn't put it in the details of the description of the video, so I don't know if I have to do that.
You want to just make a banner real quick?
I have the banner, but I don't know if I have to put it in the description.
We could put it in the description after. It doesn't matter.
All right, bet you got.
All right, guys, we're not gonna take up too much of your time. Look, there's 29 people in the chat. There's something that we wanted to bring up. Look, we were approached by Manscape. They saw that we were hairy as hell, and they were like, "Dude, these guys need our product really bad." So they sent us some free buzzers and their kit, their lawnmower, and their whole kit with all of their products. And they asked us to use them and pretty much tell you guys about them and give you our discount code. So listen, they were nice razors, nice buzzers, I mean. And look, basically, if you need a buzzer and you want to get 20% off and free shipping, use our code REAL. If not, if you don't need it, cool. We got free buzzers in the process. I'm very happy with it. And look, if you want to use our discount code, awesome. If you don't, awesome. Thank you. And you want to add anything else to that?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, guys, we were approached, all of us probably are grown men, we all have facial hair. We all have, hair all over our bodies, man. So if you need a razor, I recommend it. I thought it was pretty good. It has a light on it. It's waterproof, all these cool freaking futuristic crap for a razor. And if you want to save some money, man, times are tough, 20% off. Use our promo code REAL. Other than that, I mean,
hell yeah. All right, let's get on to the next topic.
Anyways, next topic, man. Late last night, we're getting ready for bed. We're all tired, all constantly scrolling through Twitter, and a Stafford thank you video shows up, and I'm just like, I'm like dead tired. I had a long day, and I'm like, I have to watch this, and click on the video. What do I notice? The video is 9 minutes freaking long. And right off the bat, I was like, "Oh, dude, this is gonna hit me right in the feels." And so I'm watching it, and it's just like all those moments, Stafford fighting through his dislocated shoulder, Stafford throwing touchdowns, saying thank you to so many people, throwing shade at Matt Patricia because it wasn't in the video. Every aspect of this video was freaking awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like it was nice to reminisce, and it honestly, it brings tears to your eyes, and then you see shit like, it's like, oh, Matt Patricia's not in, you fucking laugh, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny, and it's not a goodbye, right? It's a thank you. He's saying thank you to City. I mean, Stafford, their family has done so much for the city, it was very touching, So what'd you think about that video, man?
Bro, like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna be dead serious with you. I started crying, and then I looked at the time, and I was at the 3-minute mark when I started crying, and I was like, dude, there's a lot of this video left. How much am I gonna cry? Like, like dead serious. And I cried a lot, man. I'm not gonna, like, I haven't cried like that in a long time, and like, I'm not even afraid to say it because it's just like, this team means so much to me. Like growing up and as a kid and like just becoming a man, like from a child into a man, like this team has meant so much to me growing up, and specifically Stafford, because just, when I started watching the Lions is when he became the quarterback, and he's been the quarterback my whole basically fandom life. And just in general, I'm such a huge Stafford fan and such a huge Lions fan that it brought back all the memories, and even worse, it just brought back the reminder that despite all of the years that I loved the Lions and loved watching Matt Stafford sling the ball with them, despite my love for this team and how great Stafford and Calvin Johnson and those teams were during that time, we didn't win a single playoff game or gain a single accomplishment as a team at all, besides making the playoffs like 2 times. So, like, dude, just to me personally, it brought back, first of all, the memories, all the great memories, but just in general, how sad it is that his time here and his era in Detroit is going to be remembered as an era of failure, because that ultimately is what it is. And it's just so heartbreaking to me. Like, it literally breaks my heart. And like, there's nothing that can get me more emotional than this. And like, I understand that some people are like, what the hell is just a quarterback on a shitty team? But like, dude, it means more to me than that. And to see that video and to see that he clearly appreciates his time here and the fans, and how much he appreciates the fans that stood by him the whole time, it just made my heart like literally melt, dude. And like, I like, dude, that video just means a lot to me in general. And again, I'm gonna support him 100%, and I hope that he wins a Super Bowl with the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. I didn't cry. I don't really cry, but it was very touching. Stafford really, he's the one that kind of brought me into the whole Lions fandom. It's been like 12 years, and just thank you, man. But breaking news, Allen Robinson just signed a franchise tag with the Bears. So I'm so sorry, bro, that you constantly have to deal with bad quarterbacks. You should have freaking left and came to Detroit, but it is what it is.
Hey, man, Andy Dalton, he can sling it sometimes, man.
Yeah, well, sometimes we're a couple years ago, so
that's true. That is
sometimes more like past times, but
we'll see. It
is what it is.
I think Nagy's a good coordinator, man. That first year that he had Trubisky, he was drawing up some creative plays, and if he can get a solid quarterback, if he can get the best out of Dalton, then their offense is going to be scarier than some people think.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Dalton when he was with the Bengals. I mean, he showed flash. They were in a very tough division. Really didn't do well last year with the Cowboys, but that whole team fell apart once Dak got injured. It was weird. Not their whole defense, but like players on their defense got hurt, all that. And so I'm interested to see what Dalton can do. And with Jim Nagy, I mean, the guy is freaking a very creative coordinator. So that'll be interesting. Obviously not rooting for them, but I mean, you got to appreciate football. Next topic though, man. So we signed Jamal Williams. What do you think about that?
Look, man, it's fine. That's all. That's all I gotta say.
Yo,
look,
so
look to me. I don't know. We have Swift and we have Carry On. We spent a second round draft pick on Swift last year. Why the hell do we need Jamal Williams? I don't know. And I don't know. Why did we need Adrian Peterson last year? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Why? I honestly just don't know. But I mean, is he a good player? Sure. You know what I mean? He was pretty cheap, you know what I mean? And like, he's good for morale, I guess. And he was on the Packers, so maybe he could, give us some, secrets on Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it doesn't move the needle for me. And it's just more depth that we don't really need at the running back position. So it's fine. What do you think about it?
So one of my best buddies is a Packers fan. So, fucking constantly talking shit, right? And he's like,
he's stupid.
Right. And he's constantly like, yo, you guys are just signing the Packers freaking backup players. and I'm like, yo, like, I understand what you're saying, but like, I like Jamal Williams. I thought Jamal Williams was a talented running back. I mean, when this guy gets going, like, he's running over people. He has great hands. He's a top running back when it comes to pass protection, and as we all know, Deuce Staley, you don't tolerate that shit. You better keep my quarterback up on his feet. So to bring in Jamal Williams, I thought it was nice as a cheap deal. I mean, he's a veteran at this point. He has a lot of tread left on them tires, man. I think it's a nice compliment to DeAndre Swift. The last 2 years, he's been helping out Aaron Jones, making sure that he's hopefully healthy towards that playoff push. And he's been carrying the ball a little bit over 100, carries in a season. And that's pretty solid for a backup. And so
look at the private chat.
All right, let's see. Da-da-da. We got J-Mo in the building. What's good,
What up?
What's good?
I'm just saying, man. So like that Jamal Williams signing, I like it. It's super cheap. It tells me that we're not investing in the running back in the draft, and it's a good compliment to Swift. If you look at the teams we pulled coordinators from, Austin Eckler, they constantly were using those other running backs to supplement with him. Kamara, they constantly were using Latavius Murray to supplement. And so in today's league, it's rare that you have just such a workhorse running back. Even freaking Zeke, Nick Chubb, these guys are getting shared.
Yeah, but you're saying that like we don't have Kerryon Johnson though.
I'm not saying that. I mean, Kerryon Johnson's health is saying that we don't have Kerryon Johnson. Right? Like that's not me. I mean, we've seen Kerryon. He showed tremendous flashes rookie year. Had the injury, has not looked the same. I mean, he's been doing fantastic in pass protection, but like, dude, like I need you to be able to run the ball, catch the ball, my man. And I like Kerryon. It's nice to have someone else. And it's not like we're bringing in an AP or someone who's older. Like Jamal Williams is young. So, I mean, I'm all for it. It really doesn't hurt. It's a cheap deal, and obviously he was a Packer, so maybe he can give us some insight, right?
Yeah, all right. J-Mo, what do you think about Jamal Williams, man?
Only insight Jamal Williams can provide is y'all incompetent and the Packers aren't. Man, besides that, Jamal Williams he's a Lions killer, to be honest, man. Like,
big time.
Some of the closest games that we came to beating the Packers, I'm talking about them 1-point cheat outs. I'm serious. Like 2 of those games specifically, Jamal Williams was tearing us apart. All right. No, he's a very solid running back. I'm surprised the Packers let him go. They really must like who did they get?
AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon, yeah.
I thought it was Dillon, but I was trying to make sure. But
right. I mean, Dillon's a good running back, man. That guy can run over people. And I get it. You invest in a second round pick.
Can he catch like Jamal though? Jamal can do everything. And Jamal can block too. Jamal's a very solid running back. Like he probably would be like, if we didn't have Swift, he'd probably be the best running back we had in a minute, to be honest. if I'm just going off how he looked in the Packers uniform, who knows how he looks here?
Right. That's what I was look off the stream. I was telling Andrew, like, that's how he looks with the Packers, with them holding every single play, bro. Like, we don't have that kind of benefit of the doubt with the reps. You know what I mean?
Hey, we have that TJ Lang effect, right? Never gets called for holding.
I mean, you're right, but I've also seen him run over people though.
Yeah,
no, for sure.
He's good. He's good. But like, why do we invest a second round pick in Swift and like carry on? Like, it just
we already been over this last year. Let it go.
J-Mo,
on that same page.
J-Mo, where's Jason Huntley, bro? Where's New Mexico State?
We already went over this last year. Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, you just hurt my feelings at this point, bro.
All right.
Hey, anyways, man. So another Packer player we picked up is Tim Boyle. I just want you all to know that I feel like I am one of the only people who knew who Tim Boyle was before we signed him. Everyone's like, who the hell is that? Like, I didn't even know he was on the Packers team. So as far as that goes for us, a lot of people are like, oh, we're not drafting a quarterback. Look, I don't want to draft a quarterback round one, but signing Tim Boyle means shit. That doesn't mean anything in terms of us drafting a quarterback. That will not impact us at all. If anything, is a freaking arm to have during training camp. Okay. Do you guys even want to say anything about that? Like, what do you guys think about the Tim Boyle signing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's anything significant at all. We still have David Blough, right? I think we do.
I think we do right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets cut.
I mean, we better cut Boyle before we cut Blough, but yeah,
I feel like, dude. I think they're both trash, though.
Like, wait. Oh, see, okay, whatever. But real. So you on the David Blough train?
As our backup, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. You got a good eye.
Yeah.
David Blough, man, you give him protection. He throws a nice football. I watched it.
This man is running into his lineman like fucking Mark Sanchez.
He was a rookie,
every play, bro.
That could be.
He was a rookie on a Matt Patricia team, man.
That could be teach. You know what it felt like watching? It felt like I was watching someone playing Madden and their controller constantly is fucking disconnecting.
Hey, man.
As they're trying to scramble.
Hey, all I saw was David Blough tried his little cell phone out there and throw a 75-yard touchdown to Kenny Gallaudet. Like, stop messing with me, boy.
Right.
That's all I saw. That's all I saw from David Blough. All I'm saying is
all he did was close his eyes and toss that ball up.
Man, get out of here.
No. I'm being dead serious. David Blough definitely has NFL level arm talent. He made a couple nice throws. Like,
no,
I like him. I'm telling you, I like David Blough. Like, I like him.
I'm not saying he doesn't have a good arm. He does have a good arm, but like this man's pocket awareness was
not trash. You gotta give him a chance, man.
I can't, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm very particular about my quarterback. He sat behind Stafford all year last year, man.
I don't know, man. Like we can't say too many of our backups have actually could throw a pretty football. Like
this is kind of what we want. We kind of want to draft a quarterback late and then have him sit under a quarterback. This is exactly what Blough did, man. He sat under Stafford for a whole year last year. You know, he had some reps the year before and he was decent. He wasn't great, but he was decent. Like, I don't know, man. Like this, he can. I think we should give him a chance as the backup.
All I'm saying is, if look, man, I don't know if he makes the team, but if he made the team and Jared Goff get hurt, I'll be very interested to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Interested is the word I'll use.
I'll be real with y'all. It's not David Blough. It's David Blough because he fucking is just that. He blows.
Man, bro, you being unfair to the guy. You watch him play a handful of games and you trying to indict that man. You just say he can throw a pretty football. Stop it, man.
Let me ask you, Andrew.
Every quarterback in the league can throw a pretty football.
No, they cannot. No, they can't. No, they can't. No, they cannot. That's my point. That's the difference between.
Yeah, you're right. Lamar can't.
No, they can't, bro. No, they can't. Hey, Lamar threw 35 touchdowns, perfect passer rating. One of the prettiest footballs in the league, bro.
Bro, Andrew, would you rather have David Blough on his minimum contract or pay $6 million for Chase Daniels?
I would, dude. My thing is, your starting quarterback goes down, you're fucked either way. I don't really care who the backup quarterback is.
All right, so why are you tripping? Why are you talking shit then?
Because
nobody's saying that David Blough is the future of the franchise, bro. Like, we're saying he's a backup. Like,
you're right. Yeah,
I
told you I'm very particular about quarterbacks, and like it killed me when people are like, "Oh, we should get David Blough a starting chance now that Stafford's gone," and blah blah. I was like, "Oh hell no!" I was like, "Yo, you guys, I can't. Like, I would rather draft a quarterback, and I don't even want to draft a quarterback.
Man, hey, when David Blough balling with some other team, I'm gonna remind you, Andrew.
right.
Look,
I'm telling you, man,
do that,
if you
JMO. I will be like,
telling
damn. You know what? My man JMO
I'm
said.
trying to tell you, man.
David Blough got that pretty ball.
David Blough can throw that pretty ball.
You know what?
I'm telling you, give
bro.
him protection and you give him a running game, he gonna look like a solid QB.
And guess what? Give him a chance, bro. Let him be competition with Goff. You know what I mean? Whoever wins out at camp wins out. You know what I mean? If Goff is better, Goff's better.
Look, if Blough can beat out Goff, I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I honestly, I would be like, damn, we're not doing shit this year. Like, if that's the case,
think we are doing something with Goff?
Look,
Right.
I'm just saying, like, I've seen Goff play, and don't get me wrong, he's inconsistent as shit, but he definitely has shown flash in the league. So it's
Just like David Blough.
Hey, David Blough has shown flash. You can't say he hadn't shown flash. He did show flash. We'll show the flash on his first play. Just imagine David Blough sitting there, out the league in 4 years. Like, yeah, my first play was the Kenny Gallaudet. You see that man up there?
Right.
Yeah, 75 yards. They said I couldn't do it. They said I couldn't make it.
Yeah. Y'all getting too damn hype about this quarterback.
Not, man. We just having fun, man. We're just having fun with David Blough, man.
I feel you, dude. I feel you. I mean, push comes to shove, Michael Brockers is gonna have to he's gonna have to do something, because this man literally was like, Stafford's an upgrade over Goff, and then got traded to us. So that's just interesting. I mean, did you guys see that?
Yeah.
No, I did not, but that's funny.
So, I mean, pretty much for those of you that haven't seen it, we just traded for Michael Brockers, got him for the 7th round pick in like 2 years draft from now. And this man literally, when they traded for Stafford, was like, Stafford's an upgrade over Goff. And now he's playing with Goff. And I just think it's funny as shit.
No, that's hilarious. Because I know he's miserable. He's like, man, I had a chance to win something. Now I'm here with Goff.
Right. Dude, yeah. I mean,
shout out to Brad Holmes, though.
Yeah, big time. What do you guys think about the Brockers trade? Real, what do you think about that?
Yeah. Well, first I'm going to say he was asked the question, is Stafford an upgrade? So it's like, it's not like he came out and was like, yeah, Goff blows, Stafford's so good. Like, he was asked the question and he just gave an answer as respectfully as he could. So, like, I don't think there's any bad blood between Goff and Brockers. Maybe, who knows? But Look, I like the trade, man. Of course. I mean, this is reminiscent to the Gallaudet trade, to the Snacks Harrison trade. Hopefully, it won't end up like Snacks, but I love when they do this. This is like the seriously third time in like recent years that they've done this, and I love it because he's a starting nose tackle on one of the best defenses in the league. I think they were the best defense last year, and man, like, I just think he's going to be a solid staple on that side of the ball in the trenches where we need him. And I just think that's invaluable. And then there was a report recently that said that he's going to sign a long-term deal with us. I think that's great, man. I don't see a single problem with that. And, like, to be honest with you, defensive tackle, they don't move around. They're not defensive ends where we're asking them to really, like, cover one side of the ball, cover the edge from the running back and sling around the tackle to sack the quarterback. He's going to be a nose tackle, which means, like, and we saw this with Snacks and Gallaudet. They were still very productive into their 30s. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm not that worried about his age either. He was very good last year, and I expect him to be good on the Lions for years to come. I'm very excited by this trade, and we gave up almost nothing for him. Yeah,
I mean, I feel you. 7th round pick. I really don't care about 7th round pick. I know you can find a stud there, but the odds are so slim. And so for me, you're getting someone that was lined up next to Aaron freaking Donald, who's arguably one of the best defensive players of all time. And you're bringing that to Detroit, where he was productive. He got more pressures than Danny Shell and Nick Williams. And I think it was Deshaun Hand combined last year. Combined. So to have him come on such a cheap deal, and he still has a couple years left in the tank, I thought that was a fantastic, signing, and it was literally for nothing. Kudos to Brad Holmes. JMO, what do you think about all that?
Man, I think this dude is hot garbage, bro. Like, to be honest, it's like no, man. It's like no. No, I think it's a very solid move, but I'm more wondering, why did the Rams give him up? That's what I'm more wondering about. Like, were they not wanting to extend them, or was it a money issue? Why would they give up one of their better players to us for nothing?
It's a money issue.
Yeah, I think it
cap
has
is
to be
real
money.
bad.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. Thank you. That's a Brad Holmes connection right there. Thank you.
No, I don't have much to say. It was a great move from Brad Holmes. I don't want to sound like a broken record. It was a very solid move. He's going to be starting for us, and it makes sense because we had recently let Danny Shelton go, and I didn't like that because when he was healthy, he was very solid.
Right.
But you replaced him with a guy. Okay, good. That's what the Lions didn't do before. We would get rid of players and not replace them with anybody.
Right. No, I feel you. So kind of going into the whole Brad Holmes thing, I want you guys to walk me through your thoughts on the moves we have made. What do you think about them? What have we done good? Well, what have we done poor? J-Mo, what do you think about the offseason so far and all the moves we made?
Oh, I hate the offseason. It's horrible. We traded Stafford.
All right.
Yeah, hey, the offseason is garbage. That's just the way I feel about it. And then we replaced him with Jared Goff. Oh, my God. I'm trying not to hate. People think I hate on Goff. I want y'all to watch my videos about Jared Goff before he got to this team and then tell me I hate on Goff. Because I hated the man before he got here. So I'm miserable about that. And then now they're talking about not drafting the quarterback. I'm miserable about that. But besides that, Brockers was great. I like that receiver we got. I can't remember his name. I'm not talking about Perryman.
Williams.
Yeah, that was a solid move out. That was okay for me. We got rid of Christian Jones. Oh my gosh! Oh, if anything could make me feel better about Stafford leaving, it was that. Like, that was like if you told me Stafford was leaving and Christian Jones going with him, I would have dapped you up and I would have been like, "Yeah, boy." That's how bad that player was on this team. Besides, so I'll give Brad Holmes like a B overall, up and down moves, you know what I'm saying? But like, if we were going to try, I just wish we could have got a better quarterback back or something. I don't know. It's just like,
so let me ask you, just because I got a follow-up question for you real quick. Would you have been happier if we literally just didn't include Goff in the trade?
No. I need something give me Cooper Kupp. If you told me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need something else. Like, I want Goff. He's better than who we have, but the downgrade is steep. Michael Brockers to tell you. That's all. Because we knew the Stafford trade was gonna happen, but I really wanted to trade it with the Colts because I felt like we could have got some of their defensive studs, and they didn't want to give it up. You see what happened with Carson Wentz, but I'm not mad at the GMs, for the move. They made a great move. We got a lot of draft capital. It's just like losing Kenny Gallaudet and then getting back Rashod Perriman. Like, how would you feel? Like, and I'm not you know what I'm saying? Like, losing Kenny Gallaudet and you getting this Tyrell guy. Like, Tyrell will be straight, but is he Kenny Gallaudet? No. And that's kind of how I am. Not saying Goff won't be good or anything in the Lions uniform, but that's just kind of how I am with that. But, he's been solid. Brad Holmes he hasn't really disappointed me.
Okay. Real, what do you think about all that? We've had a lot of movement in the offseason. I mean, whether it's good, bad, in between, releases, signings, what do you think? How do you think we've done so far?
Yeah. Look, honestly, man, given that Stafford wanted to leave after this Quinn Trisha thing didn't work out, Brad Holmes was just in a bad situation to begin. It's not like he traded him because he didn't like him. So, I can't really blame him for getting rid of Stafford, but I love the trade that they ended up getting because I had no idea that they could get that much draft capital. So I'm very happy with it. And I think that we got Jared Goff. They wouldn't have been able to make the trade with keeping Jared Goff or even, I don't even think with cutting Jared Goff. So they needed to trade him. And I think that I think they did the best that they could do in that situation. That's a lot of draft capital. So I love that. I love that move. It's terrible that it happened and I miss Stafford terribly, but I love the move that they made. But we got rid of some good guys too, man. Like we did make some holes for ourselves because, Jared Davis is gone. And Well, hold up. I'm not done. Joe Dahl, we cut Joe Dahl, and he was very solid when he was playing, so that's another hole. So, like, how many holes do we have on this team right now? And we filled them, what did we fill so far? Like, we filled a hole that we made again in Danny Shelton. So, with Brockers, so like we didn't really add anything there. We added some depth on defensive end and re-signed Romeo Okawara, but that wasn't that much of a hole. Like, we have a huge hole at linebacker. We have a huge hole at receiver that we just filled with Tyrell Williams. And like Jamal said, you're downgrading from Marvin Jones and Kenny Gallaudet to Rashod Perriman and Tyrell Williams. That's not that great of an upgrade, So it's tough because I got to see the rest of the offseason how it goes. But yeah, I like the Brockers thing, and I like what they did with Stafford, and those are the two biggest things so far. So like, I got to give a solid grade. So I would say a B right now, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so go ahead, Jim.
Brad Holmes had to trade Stafford because he requested a trade? We just saw Russell Wilson do it, and he's still on Seattle. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying he didn't have to do it. That's all I'm saying.
Look. It's different when you won a Super Bowl there, okay? And you're saying, oh, I kind of want to leave. It's different than Stafford, who suffered for how many years here getting pummeled by...
It's not if I'm about winning games. You know what I'm saying?
Look, man, you got to win games, but at the same time, how many times are the Lions going to make the same mistake where they don't listen to their players who want to leave and then they retire? Like, what's going to stop Stafford from just retiring? And then what?
His contract. That's what's going to stop him.
Okay, what about Calvin Johnson's contract? It's
Calvin
8-year
Johnson,
contract.
hey, no offense to Calvin, but he ain't built like Stafford. I'm being honest. Stafford is built different.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, there is a perception of the Lions.
Stafford, he wouldn't have played. He would have played the whole season.
Fine. I agree. But there is a perception of the Lions from the national. Everybody knows this, that they don't treat their players right, and they suck. Okay, and guess what? If it's another player, franchise player, that wants to do it, I think that Brad Holmes was put in a position that he had to trade him in order to be classy, and in order to be a classy organization and a respected organization that players are going to want to come to and respect, you got to do some things like that and pay Calvin Johnson and dumb shit like that might not be essential for winning, but essential for being known as a good organization.
My point is, he didn't have to trade Stafford, so I'm not going to shoot him some bell for being in that situation because he didn't have to do it.
So I got to jump in on this. So
I disagree with you.
So with the Stafford thing, I mean, we all know where he's at, right? The man has poured his heart out, soul, blood, tears, whatever you want to say about it, onto the football field. And if you look at it from every circumstance, as much as I love Stafford, and I have literally argued with people about Stafford his entire career, saying how great it was the right move from a franchise perspective, right? You have a quarterback that's going to bring in multiple first-round picks, another quarterback that can be a bridge quarterback, all this stuff. You have to take it because Stafford was not going to sign another contract with us, and he only had 2 years left on his contract. That is the perfect scenario. You're not going to get anything from him after that. You're not going to rebuild a team 1-2 years and literally turn it into a strong playoff contender. What do? You go out and you get the draft picks to be able to do that,
and especially when he wants to leave.
We're going to see if it's right once we see what we get back, and we're going to see what the Rams do.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's no guarantee.
If 10 years from now the Rams win one Super Bowl and we still suck, we're going to see how that look. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but if we kept Stafford, it's not like we would have won that Super Bowl. So,
I'm saying is like that would have happened, but we would have tried.
Yeah,
what happened was we would have had a disgruntled Stafford.
This is my thing, though. Our organization is 1,000 times better now. Why couldn't Stafford be a part of this? And I'm not saying he had to be. He wanted to leave. But I'm saying, fuck you, Patricia. Like, dude, I'm sorry, man. Like, that's the only way I can say it. Like, he just destroyed. Like, you see how stable we are to move. Like, why couldn't Stafford be in a situation like this instead of having to have his career wasted and he has to leave because of this guy? And that's why I'm like, if a man requests a trade, let him go, but he ain't have to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
I share your frustration.
God, like killed Stafford, Gallaudet, Marvin Jones, the whole squad, bro.
Even Matt Prater, bro. Everybody's getting
and Matt Prater, dog. Everybody, dog. Just destroy everything. Just destroy everything.
So I mean, needless to say, though, long story short, we really didn't have many options, right? We weren't going to get it done in the next 2 years. You know, the situation was shitty, and taking like the fan perspective out of it in terms of franchise move, that was the best option for the franchise. The best way to build your team is through the draft. Literally, the top 2 teams that have spent the most money in free agency have had the worst freaking record. The Jets and Jags, they drop hella money every single year in free agency, and they're still trash. Why? Because they're not able to draft well and retain their players. So to have a lot of high-end picks, first round, even if it's literally the 32nd pick, both years, that is still a first-round player, right? And that's how you build your team, man. You got to build through the draft. So it's unfortunate because Stafford is literally beloved by so many, but it's just one of the things you had to do. It's so shitty to say, but it's just kind of had to be done to help us set up for the future. And so I'm hoping that Campbell and Holmes and Dorsey, all these guys can capitalize on it, because if they don't, it's going to leave a real bitter taste in the mouth of Lions fans.
But what makes it worse is we're not drafting a quarterback this year.
I'm fine with that, dude.
I know you're fine with that, but I'm not fine with that. I'm the type, like,
look, Jim, let me.
You want to draft the quarterback, no matter who it is.
Man, the Lions are not going to win nothing without a top tier quarterback. We are not going to win the traditional subpar quarterback, good defense, good off. It's not going to work.
Why do we need to win this year?
I'm not talking about this year. I'm not talking about this year. I want to get the quarterback because I believe he's going to be great.
Which quarterback? Who?
Zach freaking Wilson.
You're the only one that thinks he's going to fall to us. How are we going to get him?
I didn't say he was going to fall.
Oh, trade up?
None of that.
Bro, you trying to trade up?
That. I said a quarterback. That's
you trying to pull a Mitchell?
But you're saying Zach
you trying to pull a Mitchell fucking Trubisky?
No, I'm trying to do what the Kansas City Chiefs did when nobody thought Mahomes. Like, I'm trying to do what the Kansas City Chiefs did.
They didn't jump to 2.
Hey, they jumped 3 spots.
They didn't jump to 2.
They jumped 3 spots, man.
Bro,
but I don't know if he's going to 2 though.
Bro, Zach Wilson, I would be.
He can go 3 or 4.
Shocked if he doesn't go 2. I would be absolutely dumbfounded if he doesn't go 2.
Man, who's 2 right now? A lot of good. Yeah, who's 2?
Bro, it's the Jets.
Yeah,
they got Jets Sam Darnold, bro. What do they need a quarterback for?
Yeah, they're not going to draft Zach Wilson.
Bro, look.
Yeah, the Jets
ain't nobody give a fuck about Sam Darnold. Okay?
No, I'm saying the Jets would only draft a quarterback if it was Trevor Lawrence. They're not gonna draft Zach Wilson.
All right, well then maybe he'll fall to Atlanta.
I thought you were right. I thought that's the team I thought you were talking about. And Atlanta, like, we keeping Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, so I'm gonna be like, look, let's talk.
Look, the problem people don't understand with is that you see these star quarterbacks going to these teams every freaking year. Joe Burrow, number 1 pick. Justin Herbert, number 5th overall pick. Their teams blow ass, so they didn't do shit all season. I don't want to put my rookie quarterback into that position.
You got Jared Goff.
Look, but that's the thing, though, right? So why draft a quarterback this year when we could literally use
Jared Goff?
You don't have to do that, bro.
He's not going to sit behind him. You know that. You know they're going to start.
No, I don't know that.
Look,
what? They're gonna start his ass halfway through the season.
No, I don't. So y'all must think Jared Goff garbage if a rookie can just come off the street and just take a job.
He's not off the street.
Listen.
I don't think if it was Justin Fields or Zach Wilson, I'm sitting them the entire season and let Jared Goff is hurt.
I'm telling you right now, James. If we draft a quarterback that has to sit, I'm gonna be fucking livid because Deshaun Watson sit. Did Deshaun fucking Watson sit?
Who was in front of him?
But that's the point. He didn't need anyone.
It wasn't nobody in front of him, though. That's my point.
But
did Patrick Mahomes sit? Did Patrick Mahomes sit?
He didn't need to, bro. Let's be real.
But did he sit, though? Because there was somebody ahead of him. Right.
Listen. The thing is that these men came out of college ready to be a starting caliber quarterback. If I have to draft a quarterback and he has to sit because he needs time to develop, that's fucking stupid.
It's not about him having to sit. It's about building your team and letting him sit.
But why not just draft a quarterback in 2 years?
Exactly.
Because what if the quarterback class is trash? That's what I'm saying.
Then you wait one more year and you build.
Yeah, then you wait another year.
Y'all want to just play a crapshoot and dream when we got a guy right in front of us that we
what
know.
are you talking about? They're starting quarterbacks almost every year that come out of the draft. Like you're acting like they never come out of the draft.
Bro, look, Jim,
all I know is every quarterback. It's not like
we're passing up on Trevor Lawrence.
Jim, I agree with you. Jim, I agree with you.
Watch this Zach Wilson play. Okay.
We're not passing up on Zach Wilson. We're passing up on Lance and Fields. We're passing up on Lance and Fields.
Look, if Zach Wilson,
that's not what I said though. I said I want Zach Wilson. If y'all don't want him, I can care less.
If he falls to us, I agree.
I don't care if he fall or not. I'm going to go get my guy, bro. Straight up.
Why not just go get Trevor Lawrence then? Like, you can't just go and get your guy. What if they don't want to trade with you? What if what do you mean? What if they don't want to trade with you?
But no, I said you can't get Trevor Lawrence because nobody's gonna trade you for Trevor Lawrence. That's why. But if he was available,
if Atlanta wants Zach Wilson, they're not gonna trade you.
If he was available though, yeah, I would trade everything.
Bro, you're a clown, dog.
Hey, when y'all see Zach Wilson play, you gonna be like, "Damn, J-Mo."
I love Zach Wilson.
We both do
like Zach
Wilson.
But bro, the problem. I also love freaking Herbert. I wasn't gonna take Herbert last year.
I just believe going and get your guy. I would have said Herbert last year, but Kuda was the result. Shit, I would have took him in a heartbeat if we was gonna get a Kuda.
Listen, I'll tell you right now.
I would have been happy as hell.
There will be quarterbacks in the draft when we freaking need a quarterback, bro. You need to let Goff's contract
name me all of the great quarterbacks drafted by the Detroit Lions.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so you living in a mystery world. There are going to be quarterbacks, and the Lions are just going to magically get one without going on 16. Okay,
bro,
like we're the Lions.
Doesn't happen forever.
We are the Lions.
You're literally like, oh, the Lions are cursed, so they can't get.
Name me the quarterback. You can't name. You don't want to because you know the history, man.
Bro, because the quarterbacks pop up out of nowhere. Joe Burrow was nobody, and he went first overall.
How come Stafford the only quarterback we ever got then?
Because
they pop up out of nowhere. They pop up out of nowhere, but we only got that one guy.
They pop up out of nowhere now, bro.
We had to go 0-16 to get this man.
No,
they pop up out of nowhere.
The point he's making is that
we out here taking Lincoln Tomlinson and shit, man. Don't play with me, bro. Like, come on, y'all know what I'm saying, man.
All right, but J-Mo, look, how mad would you be if we literally built a wide receiver room and we built a defense and then plugged in a quarterback? Like, you can't be mad at having a complete team and plugging in a quarterback instead of plugging in a quarterback into a shit situation with no defense and stuff.
Yeah, but I feel
like I don't want to waste.
Y'all living in the fantasy world.
I don't want to waste my quarterback.
The Lions are the type of team. We're the type of team that had a quarterback and not build a team around him, and had a team and not have a quarterback.
Bro, but what you're saying to do is literally what we do with Stafford. We drafted a quarterback.
No, it's not because you have Jared Goff. That's why you had Stafford didn't have nobody to sit behind. That's why it's not the same. That's why it's not the same. It's not the same.
The thing is that we were never able to get a team around Stafford. I don't care if he set a year, he didn't set a year. He played well. He played fucking amazing.
But like I said, Zach Wilson is in a much better situation. He has multiple first-round picks coming his way. Everything can be built around him in a way that it wasn't possible to be built around Stafford, especially those first 4 years.
Look, bro,
I don't understand,
disagree, my man.
You trying to say like we can build a team around any of our backup quarterbacks on the team for the future, whether it was Zach Wilson or David Blough, real.
But here's the problem, man. Here's the problem. Usually when teams build a team and then plug in a quarterback, they're able to build that team because they're not paying big money to a quarterback. If you draft a quarterback now, you're going to be wasting his rookie years when he's cheap, when you're still paying Jared Goff's big contract. So then as soon as you're done paying Jared Goff, you're going to have to pay this rookie. And then at no point will you have had those years of like not paying a big quarterback contract. So then it's the same thing as Stafford, where we couldn't build a team.
You would still have 2 years after Jared Goff, and you can get rid of Jared Goff after this year. So you can have 2 to 3 years with that young QB on his rookie deal. And you can give him an extension so you have 5 years. So, man, it's not like that, man. I just feel like I'm gonna go get your guy type of person. If you knew Patrick Mahomes was Patrick Mahomes, I'm not saying Zach Wilson is that.
Nobody knew Patrick.
I'm just saying if you believed in him like that, go get your guy. It's not about none of that other stuff because you'll be sitting here waiting.
And then if you mess on that guy, if that guy is not that guy, then you're
like a Trubisky,
bro. Then you're screwed.
Yeah, but we know Zach Wilson ain't Trubisky. Trubisky.
How do we know that, bro? That could
because Zach Wilson
was
a starter for multiple years. Trubisky was a starter for what 17 games,
bro. But like
he was trash.
What team did he play for, bro?
What Trubisky?
No, Zach Wilson, BYU.
BYU, yeah, put him on the map.
Exactly, bro. They weren't on the fucking map.
They on the map because of Zach Wilson. They on the map because of Zach Wilson. He put them on the map.
All right, man.
Look, we're gonna see, man. Honestly, just don't be surprised if we fucking end up taking someone that none of us expected and just being upset. Okay,
I could care less, man. It ain't gonna be a QB. I don't care.
Look, honestly, if they took best player available, I wouldn't be mad at it. It's not my preference, but like we have a lot of holes to fill. You know what I'm saying? Like there is a lot of freaking pieces that we could plug in to this team to better our team. As long as they do that, I'm fine. Just please God hit on the freaking pick.
Look, and like I said, I'm fine with if Zach Wilson fell to us, no problem, bro. But I'm not trying to give up all the draft capital we just got from Stafford in order to get Zach Wilson or like anybody, any quarterback. Then you're not going to build that team. What was the point of giving up all that for Stafford? For a young quarterback that you hope is going to be nearly as good as him, like great, but then you don't have that extra draft capital to build that team to the next level. I'd rather keep that draft capital.
That's not true, bro.
If you trade up, how much did you have to trade up to give him?
Stafford came to an 0-16 Lions team that had to be built on the highest of level.
That is true. I understand that.
By the time Zach Wilson is starting,
but how much are you going to have to give up to get him? How much would you have to give up? I'm legit asking because if it's not that much, then fine.
But what I'm saying is how much we have to give up wouldn't cripple us from building a team around Zach Wilson. That's what you just said. I don't
agree. We gave up both the first round picks that we got for Stafford.
Don't we still have first round picks those years?
Yeah, but we
can still build as normal.
Right, building as normal hasn't really worked for us, so I'm not really excited about that. I'd rather use those draft picks and have 4 picks.
I think it hasn't worked because our regime has been garbage and they didn't know how to build.
Okay, but you're saying that this quarterback is going to like fix all our problems when we had a great quarterback. No, I'm not saying that.
I'm saying I want to get a great quarterback on a great organization, not Jared Goff, and not wait for a crapshoot next to next.
But nothing has proved that they're a great organization now.
Okay.
Like
y'all didn't talk all this talk when Zach Wilson playing. I'm gonna just be like, y'all didn't want to get him.
Look, we can't even deal with that because I said I wanted. If we were going to take a quarterback last year, Justin Herbert was my man.
We should have took him.
And so, but the thing is, like, we didn't need a quarterback, just like we don't necessarily need a quarterback right now. You know, there's holes. Like it's like the freaking Green Bay situation. Why the fuck are you drafting Jordan Love when Aaron Rodgers has 4 years on his contract? That is the stupidest shit you can do. Jared Goff has 4 years. We can get rid of him in 2 years. You have so many options. Why would you plug in a quarterback when we need an entire defense, when we need a right tackle, when we need a left guard, when we need wide receivers?
Because we're rebuilding. He ain't about to do nothing, Jared Goff. That's why. You need to find your replacement for Stafford. It's not Jared Goff.
That's fine. That's fine. But that's what a bridge quarterback is.
Right. And let him bridge while the guy's sitting. And when the bridge is over, you know, like my boy KRS, let Zach Wilson come in with a nice little solid team and let's see what's going on. But I'm gonna tell y'all, Zach, we're gonna get rid of Jared Goff, and it's gonna be a rookie fish out of water, just like it's normal, and he gonna be the guy y'all want, and then he gonna be playing on a subpar Lions team with
Look, man, it depends how they draft because if they use those draft picks stupid regardless, then I'm going to be pissed regardless if we have drafted a quarterback this year or not. You know what I mean? If they're drafting all cornerbacks in the first round.
I just hope next year quarterback class is great because y'all, oh my gosh.
Look, JMO,
I do too. I really hope it's great.
If you look at the majority of the quarterbacks right now, a lot of them didn't sit, and they were great. So you don't need to have someone sit, bro. I'm fine with plugging someone in 2 years down the road.
Gosh, bro.
Like Kyler Murray didn't
them to sit.
Josh Allen didn't sit. Deshaun Watson didn't sit.
Every rookie quarterback gets injured that starts.
Bro,
at some point in the season.
You can't base your pick off of the fact that
I'm saying like there is a lot of good reasons to have a quarterback sit his first season. Like this is just because he can play don't mean he has to play. especially when you try to build something around him.
Look, we just have to have different opinions on this one. It's all good. But go on to the next topic if you have one, Andrew.
So that was it, man. So if you guys have questions, whatever, post them in the chat. We've been on for like an hour and a half too. I also didn't expect to be on this long.
JMO, did you watch that Stafford farewell video?
No, not yet.
Bro.
I'm saving it, dog. I'll just be real busy, though. I ain't had a chance, bro.
It's sad, bro.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
It's hard because
I still shoot, man.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of us kind of lost a lot of love for the Lions this past year, but like, everyone did.
Well,
the players
look,
lots of love.
Not a lot of people. Half the people, maybe.
It's a whole new team, man. That's why it's a whole new team. Like you connect to the players. It's not the logo that I love. You know what I mean? It's not the fucking stadium that I love. It's the players that I love. So like when it's a whole new team, whole entire new identity, it's hard to connect with them before the season starts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel you. I do feel you. And it's hard because it's like, well, fuck, who's there? Which obviously, like, I'm going to be rooting for Swift, Hockenson, you got Romeo, you got his contract, so obviously going to be rooting for him. And just, you pick your players, but it's hard because, like, we had Gallaudet last year. We had Stafford last year. You had Adrian Peterson, which, like, yeah, he was washed up, but, like, it's like, it's freaking all day, So you had players that you wanted to succeed, So the fact that we blew up 80% of our roster, it's going to be interesting to watch. It's going to feel like you're literally watching a team you've never watched before, and just, I feel you.
Man, yeah. Dark. It feel like 2009, 2010 again, man. It feel like 2007 again. Joey Harrington and
right.
Kitton on average Lions teams that's going 6-10 and 5-11.
Yeah, man, and that doesn't feel good, bro. I seriously, I feel.
I know people be like, we all were going 5-11 before, but we knew we had a chance to win every game.
Yeah. Like
that's different. It's a big difference.
Exactly. I feel more affiliation to the Rams. Like, dead serious, man. True. It sucks. Yeah.
They took Sue. They took Stafford.
Right.
Low key, you know how salty I was when Sue went to the Rams after the dog. I'm like, this man gonna win a chip. I mean, I know they lost because of Jared Goff, but this man I was so bitter when Sue. I'm like, you Sue and Aaron Donald. I ain't gonna lie, I was salty because I knew what they was gonna do.
Hey, if Stafford was in that situation, he would have won it from him. He would have put more than 10 points up.
100% they did. That's why they went and got Stafford But when Brady came to the Bucs, I'm like, yes, finally, my boy Sue about to get a chip. That's how I heard it.
Yeah.
I mean, so look, we're it's slowing down. We're all getting tired, man. So let's start with some final thoughts and head out of here, right? Get the weekend popping starting tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So JMO, what are your final thoughts, man? What do you guys say to people?
Man, I'm just happy I could join. Well, I hopped on when I got back home, but I had to come up here and stir up some issues and some problems.
Always drama, bro.
I had to come here and be like, I don't care about no Jared Goff. I don't care about no Michael Brockers. Jack Wilson all day, every day. But at the end of the day, I hope this team can be as best as it can be next year, and that's all I can do at this point, man.
All right, man. And obviously, we appreciate you coming on. We haven't talked to you in a long time. Real, what do you have to say to the people?
Yeah, no, 100%. Thanks, JMO, for coming on. I appreciate it, man. And thanks to everybody in the chat. You guys are awesome. If you're on here and you haven't dropped a like, please do so. It really helps us out. And honestly, for real, if you're a real Detroit Lions fan like us, subscribe to our channel and also go on to the channels tab on our channel to see the whole DSA. Subscribe to all of them. We go live, for the roundtable every week, and we talk Lions. We absolutely love the Lions if you don't know us. Go Lions, and also go Stafford. So, go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, so my final thoughts, obviously, appreciate you guys for all tuning in. It's not the same if you guys weren't here, and you guys are constantly, conversing with each other, and it's fantastic. Love all your guys' opinions. And definitely, if you guys are active on Twitter, follow us on Twitter, man. Like, I love to talk with other people about sports and everything. So you can find us just Real Detroit Lions. You look it up, it'll say my name, it'll say, all that fun stuff. So hit that like button, hit subscribe, and hopefully we can catch y'all soon. Peace.